coming to you from the Orange Room in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. This is It's Only Food with your host, Chef John Politte. All right, well, welcome back to It's Only Food. For those of you tuning in for the first time, It's Only Food is a cooking show where a professional chef, me, Chef John Politte, attempt to show you, the viewer at home, how to create restaurant quality food with restaurant quality flavor, all without any of the hassles or headaches involved in cooking and preparing a meal. So with that, I'm glad you tuned in to watch. Join us today, because today is especially special because we're only going to be using about 5 ingredients. And we'll tell you what those are right now. What we're going to be making is a pork tenderloin. We're going to marinate it in a herb and olive oil marinade. We've got sweet potatoes and fresh green beans. So join us for that, and we will be back to start doing up the prep and getting it in the oven. Take care, we'll be right back. Okay, basically all we have is a pork tenderloin. It's a pretty good size one, but all we're gonna do is put this marinade right on there. This is a little bit of urban white wine. It's a brand new one I've seen at the store, so I grabbed it. I think it'll pair nicely with what we're gonna be doing with this. Just putting this right over the top, and we'll just take it and we will set it right into the bottom of our refrigerator and let that set for about 4 hours before we start cooking it. Meanwhile, we'll do up some prep. All right, I've got 2 sweet potatoes that were just washed off very nice. I'm not going to poke holes in them because I want to bake these. I don't want to steam them. So they are washed and ready to go. And what we're going to do is we're going to peel them. Or no, I'm sorry, let me start over here. What we're going to do is we're going to cut them open and peel out the goods out of the inside and puree them up a little bit for presentation. But basically we're going to let these go about an hour, the same amount of time that we're going to cook the pork. So we'll get that all going here. Stay tuned. All right, basically got my green beans, fresh green beans. And you all know what this is if you've ever done some outdoor packets on your barbecue. Aluminum foil, wax paper. I'm basically going to do is add a little olive oil on here for some fat and moisture. A little bit more than I wanted, but it'll be good. Then we're going to add my new seasoning, Chef Politte's buttery garlic herb seasoning, right on top of that, probably about a tablespoon. This is on sale on my website at itsonlyfood.biz. Just follow the links to the contact page and you will see all the options for that. Now I'm just going to seal this up by basically folding it over this way, folding it over again, sealing it up thusly. And when we get going with all the other ingredients in the oven, we will throw this in with 20 minutes left, and it should steam up nicely at the time we pull the other ingredients out of the oven. All right, this is sat in the refrigerator with the marinade on it for about 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours. I'm getting this in now because we're gonna have dinner in an hour, and this of course will be dinner. So I'm gonna put it into our previously heated, I guess that's kind of a shortcut for saying preheated. We're gonna put it right into the oven as far back as we can so the heat is there in the back, because I'm letting it all out right now as I got the door open. We got our 2 sweet potatoes. I'm going to put them right next door and let that go for about an hour, and then I'm going to put our packet of green beans in right here with about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes to spare, and that would season, or that will cook up real nice with the rest of the meal and all be ready to go at the same time. All right, I have pulled the pork tenderloin out. I'm looking for a temperature of 160. We're just a touch above that, so I'm going to put this on the cutting board by itself, let it rest for a minute, and we'll start cutting it up. But meanwhile, let's go do the sweet potatoes. All right, so we're going to take our sweet potato, and basically what you want to do is just cut it straight down the middle. And you can take it and just core out. Yep, core out. Well, you do it that way, you can just let the skin just comes right off. Now if you really want to be nutritious, you can leave the skin on because that's your insoluble fiber that we all hear about. I'm going to do 2 of these. And just mash them up a little bit. I'm going to take a little olive oil. Now remember, you can use butter and cinnamon and other ingredients to do what you want with it, but this is my choice of doing it this way for this dish because I want the flavor profiles to be more Caribbean. So I'm adding some pineapple here. I'm just going to chop this up fine. Make sure I'm actually in the shot and my camera is on, because too many times, and I'm sure all of you have too, have shot a whole sequence and by gosh, the camera was not recording. Makes for a short show. Just going to cut this up really nice to a mince almost. I'm just going to add this. Pineapple goes real well with pork. So we're adding our pineapple into the sweet potato. Just going to mush this up as good as we can. That's going to be our starch for this meal. Just cover with a paper towel to keep it warm while we process all the rest of our ingredients. Now we got our green beans out of the oven. They're seasoned quite nicely. Still a bit of a snap to them. They are hot and cooked. So I'm just going to set these back into the oven just to keep warm until we get ready to plate up. Okay, we let this rest for a couple of minutes, let the juices settle. Now I'm just going to start slicing it up for dinner. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There's no pink in the middle, but we aren't to the middle yet. So I did have the reading a little close to the end. Oh, there's a text. I did have the thermometer in there a little bit to the end of the pork tenderloin. It wasn't really. So that looks pretty good. Smells wonderful. It's like almost like an Italian dressing on there, but that is going to taste fantastic. So we'll get to plating this up and then we can try it out. Okay, this is the moment of truth. So here's where I taste my own food. So I'm going to go in with the sweet potatoes first. I love the texture of the sweet potatoes. You get that olive oil and the pineapple, a little peppery, little pineapple taste in there. Goes good with the pork, which I'm doing next. Yeah, marinade is kind of like a Italian dressing, but the pineapple really cuts into it well. It goes together pretty good. Very tender. There are pork tenderloins in the stores out there that you can buy already pre-marinated, but I kind of like to do it my own way. So green beans are still kind of crunchy. I hate to say it, but that herb seasoning I came up with is pretty good. So we'll talk about that more often later in the show. But whoa, pork's really good though. I recommend this. Easy dish, quick to make. Doesn't take a whole lot of time or hassle. Again, got my chef seasoning here. I got the buttery garlic herb seasoning that we used on the green beans today. Go ahead and take off to itsonlyfood.biz. Check that site out and you will see directions on how to order this. So, all right, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for joining us here today on It's Only Food. We appreciate you watching so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button and leave a comment in the comments section below. And please share this channel with everyone you know. Take care of each other and don't forget that it's only food. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.